And we say good morning to you. Welcome aboard. We're live at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Over the hump and through the woods to a wonderful weekend we go. And again, we thank you for being with us here on the Tom Total Sports Show. And we are ready to roll here again on this Wednesday. Again, Hump Day. Countdown to Christmas if you care. And most don't. Countdown to Christmas at 109 days from today. This is show number 587. Again, we're live at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, where you can get a discount card and go to Dollywood and save $10 on a Dollywood one-day admission pass. How about that? Let's take a look at that real quick. Oh, I'm on this camera. Save $10 on a Dollywood one-day admission. And so there it is. And these are available here at Chick-fil-A for a limited time. Present and surrender this coupon at any Dollywood ticket booth. Receive $10 off a regular, senior, or child one-day admission thanks to the good folks right here at Chick-fil-A. So there you go. A one-day admission while the park stays open through the end of the calendar year 2017. We always start our show with the man and dedicated to the man who hung on the cross unashamedly. And so Psalms 32:8 says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. And so there you go. That's how we get started here again on this Wednesday, September the 6th, 2017. Full show, ready to go. Again, thanks yesterday to my man, the Gator Man from Cherokee Barbershop in South Johnson City. As a result of that, we met a young man who was getting his hair cut. We're going to have him on the show coming up here in a little while. Zach McNabb is in the house, ladies and gentlemen, and he's got a pretty cool thing he does with YouTube. And so Zach is in the house, got his hair looks good. Gator did a good job on his hair. He's got a slick down, he's got that Elvis look going on. You got a little gel in your hair? I like it. Looks like Elvis. Got a little gel in his hair. He's going to be with us. Sean Whitten, the football coach at Elizabeth, is going to join us by phone. Big ball game coming up Friday night. Cyclones playing host to the Daniel Boone Trailblazers. Also, William Yarber joins us a little bit later on from Mike's Medicine Mart. Greg Salyer at the top of the hour joins us with our Major League Baseball update. Lots going on in Big League Baseball. And Joe Avento will be by a little bit later on. Joe with the Johnson City Press, big win by the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State last week. And so now they jump into some pretty deep water. They head off to Harrisonburg, Virginia on Saturday to play the number one ranked team in the country in the latest FCS poll, the Dukes of James Madison University. So lots going on. Again, we're here at Chick-fil-A, and I want to remind you again on this, we'll be talking about this all show long. Save $10 on a Dollywood admission, one-day admission from Chick-fil-A. $10 off a regular, senior, or child one-day admission, again at Dollywood and at Chick-fil-A right here, the Crossings, North Johnson City. Just come out, pick up this coupon, and be ready to have fun, and it's going to be good. So all that coming up again, as we said, through the end of the calendar year 2017. Obviously, the focal point of this show, to a point, not totally, but to a point, would be the happenings in Florida, or what's about to happen in Florida, because things are beginning to get canceled, as they should be. We're talking a Category 5 storm. We were in Charleston when Hugo hit back in 1990. It was a Category 4, and that was bad enough. And so all of a sudden, sporting events take a big, big backseat to just existing, quite frankly. I know St. Martin and the Virgin Islands, some of these areas are getting hammered down in the Caribbean by Hurricane Irma. Then on the backside, you've got Tropical Storm Jose coming. And it looks like it's going to develop into a hurricane, strengthen into a hurricane tonight. So on the heels of Irma is Jose. And so we've got some serious situations going on in the southern part of the country. And obviously these storms will impact us before it's all said and done as well, in one way, shape, or form, I would think, based on the track of the storm. So anyway, because of that, some cancellations happening. Again, Miami University, the Hurricanes, will not be playing football this weekend. The team was set to head to Jonesboro, Arkansas for their game against Arkansas State. With Irma bearing down to the state of Florida, Miami officials are playing it safe. They are canceling the game altogether. Mark Richt is releasing the players. They can seek safety from the storm out of town. With no common weeks off between the two programs, no makeup day will be possible, leaving both teams with 11 regular season games. So the Miami-Arkansas State game canceled, will not be made up here in 2017. Florida and Florida State have not yet announced changes for their scheduled games. Florida Atlantic and South Florida are both on the road at Wisconsin and UConn respectively. Florida's at home, and so is Florida State. No word yet on those games, but I can promise you they better take it very, very seriously, and I know they are. They've already declared a state of emergency in the state of Florida. It's not trying to be a drama queen here because I'm not, but again, having lived through Hugo back in 1990 down in Charleston, we didn't have any lights or water for 4 weeks. I can tell you, folks, it's going to be serious with Irma, unfortunately. Quick break. We'll be right back. He's here. He's ready to go. Our first guest, Zach McNabb's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what Zach allows and what's going on with Mr. Zach. Looking forward to seeing what he has to say. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, and he joins us, our first guest here, live at Chick-Fil-A on show number 587 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Chevy Summer Drive to unbelievable savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. With a selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from, don't miss out on the Chevy Summer Drive sale. 17 Silverado Crew Cab 1LT, $11,000 off MSRP. 17 Equinox Traction Traverse, $5,000 off MSRP. 17 Cruisin' Sonic, 25% off MSRP. Shop us online 24/7 and don't forget our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. I'm not Zach McNabb. We're fixing to put him on the show. Here we go. Zach's in the house, ready to go, and let's pop that right up there. And there he is. Hello, Zach McNabb. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Let's put that right there. There we go. I can get you a little bit better. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. For folks out there who have no clue, tell us about Zach McNabb. Well, we met you yesterday at Cherokee Barbershop. I'm getting your ears lowered. And so tell me about Zach McNabb, would you please?
Yeah, well, I'm 14 years old. I'll be 15 on the 27th. And I make videos, on YouTube and upload them for basically fun. And love NASCAR. And the 50s, I love the 50s too. And
Like 50s NASCAR, just 50s in general. 50s music, anything 50s. That's cool. We like the 50s too. So there you see him on the screen. My channel, Diecast Geek. Tell me about that.
yeah, I created this channel back in 2015, and I basically just do diecast reviews, and I make videos on my dioramas, and those are pretty much like models of like scenes. I make garages and stuff, and I'll do stop motions, races, and I'm actually working on one right now, so it's coming along pretty good.
So this is on YouTube, right? You can go to my channel, Diecast Geek, and look it up. What will I find when I get there?
First, when you search Diecast Geek on YouTube, my channel will pop up, and some of my videos, it'll be the first one to pop up. And when you click on the actual channel, it'll bring up, basically my banner and all that, and then all my latest uploads. And you can switch over to like playlists where I have everything organized, so you can go look at certain diecast reviews from certain years, and you can just go click on one of the playlists that have dioramas and everything, and it'll just play all those videos in a row from all that. So
How many folks watch you?
I have 230 subscribers right now.
Cool.
And usually I get about 50 views, sometimes 100. I've had 800 to 1,000 before. It just depends on the video and how good they do.
We're talking to Zach McNabb. You see on the screen, my channel, Diecast Geek. How did you get started? I mean, what'd you say? You're 13 years old?
14.
14 years old. How did a 14-year-old guy say, I want to do a YouTube channel with NASCAR diecast cars?
Well, I started out just watching people do this stuff on YouTube, and it just kind of inspired me to start, because I wanted to do it myself, and that's pretty much how it started. And I've just been adding new series, each time I think of one, but it's fun, and I really enjoy it, and it's actually something new a lot of people are doing, and actually making careers out of it too.
Yeah. Is that what you hope to do, is make a career out of it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
So give me a couple of cool diecast cars that you like and you've reviewed and you've told folks they got to go ahead and get one. What's a really cool couple of diecast cars that you like?
Right now is Dale Jr.'s 2017 Exalta scheme for this year. That one's really cool. It's very bright, and it's just a great looking car, I think.
So the Exalta 2017 Dale Jr. car, got to have that.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of other ones.
Let's see. Junior's 2017 degree car is pretty good for the Xfinity series. Oh, it's nice. I just uploaded a video on that a couple of days ago, and it's very nice. It's got some really cool colors. It's gray and everything. It's got nice blue to it and everything.
Now you're a Junior fan, right?
Yeah.
Now do you do other drivers besides Junior, just all Junior?
I do other drivers, but this year I've mainly just been doing Dale Jr. Because I've been trying to get more of his cars and spend my money on his cars instead of others, because I want to try to collect his last cars for his last season. So that's what I've been doing this year. But I review other cars. I reviewed the Bristol Motor Speedway program cars too. A lot of people actually don't review the program cars, so I try to do that because I think program cars are really cool, especially Bristol's, because they're like race versions. They got donuts and everything on them.
So for folks who don't know what a program car is, tell them what a program car. Look in that camera and tell them.
Program cars are basically a die-cast with all the sponsors for the race. It just depends on what race. If it's a Food City 500, it'll have the Food City 500 logo on it, along with whatever the Xfinity race is. Usually it's they change it sometimes every year, but I think it was Fitzgerald or Gerald, however you pronounce it.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Glider Kids 300. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. I think that was the Xfinity race this year. But yeah, it pretty much has just like the year on the door, like it'll say 17 for this year, So whatever year it is, it'll have the number. Like next year it'll be 18. But that's pretty much it. It's just got the sponsors for the race and the year, whatever year the race is. So.
We're talking to Zach McNabb again. We're live here at Chick-fil-A again. Zach McNabb, still got YouTube. Go to my channel, Diecast Geek. Is that what I do? And we'll
just go on YouTube and search Diecast Geek and it'll pop up.
So I want to invest in a diecast car. I want one that I can sit back. I'm going to make me rich one day. What car do you think that's going to be? Or cars?
I don't know, really.
Which one do you think will do good?
If Junior gets a win, that diecast will do good because it'll probably be really hard to get. Because there's some out there, like his Michigan win from 2012 is really hard to find. It's like $300, and I don't have it. Probably won't ever get it. But it's the diecast. Some of them, if they become rare, you can make a lot of money off of them.
What about the year he swept Bristol? Those cars worth something since he did the sweep at Bristol?
Yeah, they're actually pretty hard to find. I have both of them. It took me a really long time to find them.
Well, how did you find them?
At Bristol. I found them with the white tents across the street, and that was really awesome because I've been searching for those cars for a long time.
So how many cars do you have in your possession? Your mom made, she's already kind of, oh boy. How many cars?
I'd say 100 and something, probably 124 scale, the bigger scale cars, and then 164 scale, like the Matchbox size, probably thousands.
Really?
Probably.
Wow, that's awesome. So this guy is a aficionado of NASCAR diecast cars, in particular Dale Jr. So his first season, in closing here, his first season, his first car, I would think once he retires, that thing's going to rocket up in value, right?
Yeah, probably. And I'd say his last ride car, the throwback to his 1990 car,
well put.
1999 car, is probably going to be one to get because I've got it pre-ordered because I'd say it's going to get fast.
His mom, she's back kind of going, oh no, more money. So yep, you've already got it pre-ordered, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I've got it pre-ordered.
That's good stuff. Will you come back and do this again sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get you back on. And you again, your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, on the 27th.
27th of September, you'll be a whopping 15 years old. Yep. So you've been at this since you were 13. So I'm intrigued how a 13-year-old young man says, I want to do this YouTube thing. Did your mom encourage you? Who encouraged you? You just decided to do it?
I watch certain people on YouTube and these other diecast guys, and that's pretty much what inspired me to do it. It's just something I thought was cool, and it was something I wanted to do.
There it is on the screen. My channel, Diecast Geek, Zach McNabb. It's good stuff. So just go to YouTube, type it in, and there you are, right?
Yeah, just type in Diecast Geek.
Yeah.
Find it.
Now, how often do you do a live show? Every day or every couple of weeks? Or
at least a video every week. I took a break earlier this year.
Yeah.
But, I'm back, and I'm going to be uploading videos every Saturday. So.
A YouTube star, you got to take a break, got to get away from you. I understand. Sign autographs for your fans, do some pictures, and all that. It's good. What a nice young man. Appreciate his mama coming. Oh, absolutely. Cool stuff. Zach McNabb, go to YouTube and check him out. My channel, Diecast Geek. That's good stuff. We appreciate him very much. We are live here at Chick-fil-A. Quick break. We'll be right back. Getting ready to talk a little football with Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Coming up next year, we're live at Chick-fil-A. Show number 587. They said it wouldn't work. Here's a perfect story of a guy that's got a dream, or a young man, and put legs to it and said, I want to do this, and by golly, he did it. I love people who do that. Sam Walton did it. Chase E. Penny did it. You can write down the list of people that said it wouldn't work, couldn't do it. Here's a 13-year-old, now 14-year-old young man that's started his own show. You don't know where this is going to go on YouTube, but so far it's going well because he had a dream and chased his dream. I love it. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-fil-A. Same with the show. I had this as a dream. Folks said, nah, it ain't going to work. We're heading towards number 600 show here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Chick-fil-A, the Crossings at North Johnson City. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
I'm Tom Taylor, you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Science and all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. Of course, that's coming up tomorrow night right here again. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be having a big time tomorrow evening right here, again, from Champion Chevrolet. When I say right here on this Facebook page. Again, looking forward to that. And so that'll be tomorrow evening. I want to say hello to Betty Lacey. Hello, Betty Lacey. And Haley Bowen McNabb and Ben McNabb out in Irwin. Hello to you kids. Trudy Sheeran, Leanna Williams, and some other folks. Looks like Jen Woodby. Hello, Jen Woodby. Have a lot of ladies watching the show. We appreciate that very much. And Betty Lacey, Ben McNabb, Haley Bowen McNabb, Trudy Sheeran, Leanna Williams, Kimala Williams. Some of the folks watching the show, we appreciate that very much here. It was live at Chick-Fil-A. Don't forget, come by here and get while they last. How about this? This is a $10 one-day admission to get to Dollywood right there. Again, for a, see on the bottom, regular senior child one-day admission price. And as Connie said, and she's right, once you get there and you want to upgrade to a season ticket next year, you get a discount because you're in the park for a discount now, and you get a discounted opportunity to purchase a season pass for next year, for 2018. Of course, the park's going to be open through the end of the calendar year 2017. So anyway, be sure and check that out. Don't forget, today's the last day. If you have not put your name in for the picking panel, today's the last day to do it. We will start tomorrow night with the show, of course, from Champion Chevrolet, the Champion 5-Star Football Preview Show. We want to congratulate, this guy smoked it, out of Greenville, Tennessee, Eugene Jeffers. Eugene's our winner. Out of 10 games last week, Eugene got 9. He went 9 for 10, or 9-1. I love it. This guy picked Tennessee. Eugene picked Alabama. He picked Virginia Tech. He picked Michigan. He picked UCLA. He picked Science Hill, Daniel Boone, Elizabethton, and Sullivan North. The only one he did not pick, going perfect the first week, he picked Hampton, and Happy Valley beat him. Otherwise, Eugene Jeffers of Greenville, you're our first week winner. Congratulations. And so the picking panel winner is in. And so we've got a new picking panel we'll be going through tonight. All you got to do, go right here. Let me show you how to do it. Very simple. Is to go to the picking panel and let's see, hit it right here. Where is it? Boom, there it is. Go right there, TomTaylorSports.com/football. It is there. The games this week, see if I can get them for you. And let's see, see if I can hit it. Does this work? Does not. Okay, why? Gosh, what am I supposed to hit? He told me what to hit. I'm not hitting the right thing, and I apologize. I can hit this right here. TomTaylorSports.com/football. Again, the games are there. Got some good ones this week, too. And so we would encourage you to get there and pick them. Auburn, Clemson, one of those. Science Hill, Greenville, Boone, and Elizabethton. Oklahoma and Ohio State. Some great ball games to pick from. And again, what does Eugene win? Eugene wins a $25 nugget tray from right here at Chick-Fil-A. How about that? We'll get that, put that in his hot little hand. He said, well, I'm from out of the area. If you win, you're going to get a $25 prize. If you are playing in Delaware, if you're playing in West Virginia, if you play anywhere and you win it, you're going to get something worth $25. Obviously, not a nugget tray from Chick-fil-A here if you're out of town, but you'll get something, $25, a nice prize. We're not going to disappoint you. And so $25 is $25. And so be sure and go to that website and get in there and pick, because today's the last day. We'll do the show tomorrow night. And, of course, football picking starts on Friday. Actually, you can go through tomorrow night. Go through tomorrow night and the picking panel. And, of course, the games start on Friday. Got some great games to pick from this week. And so we would encourage you to check that out and do that. Speaking of high school football, Sean Witten joins us coming up here in just a few minutes. So Eugene Jeffers from Greenville, Tennessee, is our picking panel winner for the very first week. And congratulations to Eugene Jeffers. Again, here's the show. Let's see, it's right here. Boom. Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We'll preview the Tennessee-Indiana State ball game. We'll preview the Virginia Tech-Delaware game. We'll preview the East Tennessee State-James Madison game. We'll preview all the high school games in the region. And, of course, Dave Angie, the co-host of the show, will preview the Big East Conference. It is a non-conference week, but it's going to be a big one nonetheless. So, again, that's coming up, as we said, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, from the showroom at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile here in Johnson City. College football polls are out this week. Here we go. They go as follows. No surprise here. 60 first-place votes. The Alabama Crimson Tide at number 1, Ohio State number 2, Clemson Rockets up to number 3, Penn State at number 4, Oklahoma at number 5. So number 2, Ohio State, hosting number 5, Oklahoma, this Saturday at the Shoe in Columbus, Ohio. Southern Cal 7th, Washington 8th, Michigan 9th, Michigan 8th, Wisconsin 9th, and Florida State, the Seminoles, round out the top 10. Virginia Tech, the Hokies jump 3. They're 18th in the country. Tennessee, by pulling one out, literally pulling one out, Tennessee stays 25th in the country. And a couple of new teams into the top 25, TCU at number 23 and Notre Dame at number 24. So top 10, Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Penn State, Oklahoma, Southern Cal, Washington, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Florida State are the top 10. The Hokies of Virginia Tech up 3 to number 18. Tennessee stays number 25, and two new ones in the poll. TCU at number 23, and Notre Dame ranked 24th this week, new to the AP Top 25 poll. Also the FCS poll involving Southern Conference teams and the James Madison Dukes. The opponent for East Tennessee State coming up on Saturday, 152 first-place votes. Obviously a unanimous choice. They're number 1. Wofford in at number 10. Chattanooga 13th, Citadel 14th, Sanford 17th out of the Southern Conference. East Tennessee State got some honorable mention votes, but again, they're going into some deep water. Number 1 team in the country, James Madison, will be the opponent coming up on Saturday. Joe Avento will be by here in a little while. Talk about that here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll check in with Sean Witten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Cyclones ranked this week. They got a big-time opponent coming up. Daniel Boone coming to town on Friday night. And again, running down one more time the Southeastern Conference from this past weekend. Alabama beat Florida State 24-7. They're hosting Fresno State. Everything's with an asterisk right now because of Irma. Fresno State in Tuscaloosa on Saturday. Arkansas beat Florida A&M 49-7. They will host TCU in Fayetteville. That one's up for grabs. Auburn 41-7 win over Georgia Southern. They'll go to Clemson. Florida losing to Michigan 33-17. They're hosting Northern Colorado in Gainesville. That one very much up in the air. Georgia will go to South Bend to battle Notre Dame after beating App State 31-10. Kentucky, after hanging on to beat Southern Miss in Hattiesburg 24-17. The Wildcats will host Eastern Kentucky and Lexington. LSU defeating BYU 27-0 in the abbreviated game, in the initial game, if you will. LSU beat BYU 27-0. They're hosting Chattanooga Saturday in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ole Miss, after beating South Alabama 47-27, hosting UT Martin Saturday. Mississippi State, after demolishing Charleston Southern 49-0, as expected, will play Louisiana Tech in Ruston this weekend. That one with an asterisk. Missouri, after beating Missouri State 72-43, Missouri, the Tigers, will be in South Carolina, conference opener against the South Carolina Gamecocks. That's coming up on Saturday. Tennessee, of course, after pulling one out, unbelievable. Double overtime, 42-41 over Georgia Tech. Back home to host the Sycamores of Indiana State. Texas A&M, after blowing a 35-point lead, losing 45-44 at UCLA. Back home for Nicholls State in College Station. The Boo Birds may be out for this guy, Kevin Sumlin. And then Vanderbilt, who won over Middle Tennessee State 28-6. The Commodores did that in Murfreesboro, have their home opener in Nashville against Alabama A&M. Sean Witten joins us next, talking football, the Elizabethton Cyclones, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Sean in a meeting. We'll try and catch him back here in just a second. Let's run down the high school football rankings this week. Murfreesboro, Oakland, number 1 in 6A. Science Hill in at number 5 this week, are actually tied for 4th with Whitehaven in 6A football. They will take on the number 1 team in 4A, the Greenville Green Devils, Friday night, crosstown here at Kermit-Tipton Stadium. In 5A football, Beach number 1, Daniel Boone at number 5 in the state. Having an off week and still moved up 2 notches to number 5 in the state. They will take on Elizabethton in Elizabethton on Friday night. We'll be talking to Sean Witten here in a few minutes. Boone at number 5 in the state. Beach at number 1. 4A football, Greenville number 1, Elizabethton number 6 from our region. 3A football, Alcoa at number 1. Johnson County, the Longhorns, out of the gate at 3-0. They're a solid 4th place team in the state right now out of Carter County. In 2A football, Marion County at number 1. It is Happy Valley, the Warriors, in at number 10 this week, cracking the top 10 after that big decisive win over the previously ranked Hampton Bulldogs. In 2A football, South Pittsburgh, the number 1 team in the state, Cloudland in at number 9. And again, I go back and say this every year. Out of the 4 high schools in Carter County, 3 are ranked this week. Cloudland, number 9 in 2A. Happy Valley, number 10 in 2A. Cloudland, number 9 in 1A. Cloudland, number 10 in 2A. And Elizabethton, as we said, number 6 in 4A. So the only 2 teams not ranked this week out of the 5 high schools are Hampton and Unaka. So just an incredible story every year of the caliber of talent that comes out of Carter County in football, and really in all the sports. Just about every sport, there's somebody from those 5 schools in whatever sport we're talking about at the time that is ranked in the state. So pretty cool stuff. And so that's what's going on again with what's happening, as I should say, with going on with high school football in Carter County and Elizabethton. Hey, one of our great sponsors, the good folks at Food City, cracking up school bucks. They rolled it out. Starts today. Runs through May 8th of next year. $700,000 in contributions for the upcoming school year. With the new Food City School Bucks Challenge, it's easier than ever to earn reward points. For every $1 you spend using your Food City value card, you get a point. Again, it goes through May the 18th. Just go to foodcity.com/schoolbucks for more information. And so Food City has pledged $700,000 for the upcoming school year, and somebody's going to get this. School allocations are based upon the percentage of customer purchases assigned to each school. This is incredible. Food City's awarded over $17 million in much-needed educational equipment and tools to more than 1,000 participating area schools, again, for all these years. So they've been at it for a long time, and so the new Food City School Bucks Challenge cranks up. It is kicking off today and runs through May of next year. Simply link your Food City value card to the school of your choice online at foodcity.com/schoolbucks, or at the checkout of an area Food City location. Got a little book. All the different schools have a code number. You say, okay, pick one. Happy Valley High School or Churchill Middle School, whatever the case may be. Area students will also receive barcoded school IDs to provide to friends and family. So when scanned at the checkout, the barcode designates the school to credit with your purchases. It's just that easy. So over $17 million they have generated over the years for Food City with the School Bucks Challenge. It's awesome. Good stuff. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll try and track down one more time Sean Whitten. I know he's been bouncing between meetings. Try and get him on coming up next year. If not, we'll move on. We'll try and get him tomorrow, but we'll give him one more shot for Sean Whitten coming up next year. Live show number 587 from Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Chevy Summer Drive to unbelievable savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. With a selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from, don't miss out on the Chevy Summer Drive sale. 17 Silverado Crew Cab 1LT, $11,000 off MSRP. 17 Equinox Traction Traverse, $5,000 off MSRP. 17 Cruisin' Sonic, 25% off MSRP. Shop us online 24/7, and don't forget our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's go to the phone. He's our buddy William Yarber is with us from Max Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, Tom. I'm doing great. How are you today?
Just fine, sir. I was over there yesterday. You had a day off, much deserved, and so we made a few purchases at Max Medicine Mart. So we have kicked in September, and it is Solgar that is on sale this month at Max Medicine Mart. Tell me about Solgar, Solgar. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we have a huge line of Solgar products. It's one of our most stocked supplement lines that we carry here at Max. They have some very unique blends, so it kind of helps them kind of stand out from the rest of the other supplement companies. One thing we're doing right now that is really different from the rest of our sales that we have is right now we've got buy one, get one free packs of their liquid vitamin D3 and also their liquid vitamin B12. So that's still on top of the 20% off. Take 20% off the shelf price, and you also get a free bottle. So that's something unique we've never really done before.
That is very neat. So a little buy one, get one going, a little BOGOs they call it, buy one, get one. So typically...
Yeah, and you still get the 20.
Go ahead.
Well, I said, and you still get the 20 off of that, too. So it's, you get two deals.
That is really good. And in fact, you added it up the other day, so it's basically, what'd you say, a 2 or 3 month supply, is that correct?
Yeah, each one is a 59-day supply, so you get 2 bottles of a 59-day supply. So yeah, we're almost hitting 4 months supply.
We're talking to William Yarber from Max Medicine Mart, so that's going on. Again, what else out there with Solgar that you can pick up? What typically sells well?
Solgar number 7 is a very popular turmeric supplement that they have. It's, they call it Solgar number 7 because in most cases it takes about 7 days to start working. That kind of has to build up in your system to get full results. But it's great for pain, inflammation. I have a few customers use it for migraines. So what makes the Solgar number 7 unique from other turmeric supplements is they actually introduce collagen in there to help it, just rebuild the joints, add cushion to them. So it's great if you play sports. So you're reducing inflammation in the joints. You're introducing the extra collagen in there to help rebuild. And then there's also ginger, white willow, and boswellia, which is frankincense, also to kind of aid in the turmeric to do its job with the whole pain thing. So it's really great. It's a great supplement that we sell a lot of here at Max. And anybody knows anything about Solgar, number 7 is kind of their most popular supplement.
Everything is 20% off the month of September. Is that correct?
It is, yeah, all the way through September.
That's awesome. We're just getting started on the 6th day of the month, so we got a long time to save. And here's the beauty of this, and we talk every time, William. You can go in right now and save 20%. Come back in 2 hours and buy it again, you save 20%. Or come in 2 weeks and save 20%. There are no limits and there are no restrictions, right?
Definitely not at all. Come as often as you like. We're happy to see you.
Absolutely. Solgar, 20% off at Max Medicine Mart all month long, again, the month of September. And then we take a look at, football season's here, obviously, tailgating opportunities. Tell me about some of the healthy snacks you have at Max Medicine Mart.
Well, we've got a lot of tailgating supplies here at Max. One thing that's really would be great for tailgating is the Troyer brand shelf-stable cheeses. So, you don't even have to throw those in the cooler. They're great on the shelf. You don't even have to, no refrigeration, no extra mess required. Just take it right along with you. So that's something, you could add to your hamburgers. Just have, sliced cheese with just whatever you want to do with it. And then, of course, we also have, gluten-free options, gluten-free hamburger buns. We have veggie burgers, gluten-free veggie burgers. So just kind of a few things to help, if you're doing a special diet or if you have a food allergy that you can still do, still tailgate with everybody else. Have vegan cheese. So if you have a dairy allergy, that's, you can still have cheese on your veggie burger or your hamburger. Just a few options like that we carry here that helps make everybody's life a little easier. And we have, a great natural chip selection. So we got the tortilla chips, kettle chips, just regular potato chips. But all those are no MSG. They've also, a lot of them are non-GMO certified, and then they're also allergen certified too. So a lot of them are going to be gluten-free as well. So just kind of a way we can help everybody that's on a special diet or has special food allergies that, you can still tailgate with everybody else.
You sell a lot of gluten-free products, do you not, at Max Medicine Mart?
Yeah, we do. We try to, tailor to everybody's needs, and, the whole gluten-free thing is, it's kind of I wouldn't say a new thing, but kind of it's gained a lot of press lately with just everybody that's kind of discovering that, just because you don't have celiac doesn't mean that you don't have a gluten allergy. So, it's something that we try to tailor to that a lot of stores really don't. So we're really trying to tailor to the gluten-free crowd and also, the vegan crowd, because, it's hard to get stuff like that in Kingsport.
There you go. We're talking to William Yarber from Max Medicine Mart. So one more time, Solgar's 20% off. Give me the hours we're open at Max Medicine Mart.
Monday through Friday, we're open 8 to 7. Saturday, we're open 8 to 6. And we'll still open on Sunday, 1 to 5.
There you go. So for all your needs, make tracks to Max. William Yarber, great report, one of our great sponsors. Thank you, my friend. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again real soon, all right?
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. I'll see you next time.
Yep, great job, our buddy William Yarber from Max Medicine Mart here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Appreciate him very much. And again, Solgar, 20% off the entire month of September at Max Medicine Mart. Hurricane Irma continues to cause problems. Here's the very latest. Miami will not be playing football this weekend at Arkansas State. They've canceled the game. They will not make that game up. Coach Mark Richt is releasing his players so they can seek safety from the storm out of town. With no common weeks off between the two programs, no makeup date will be possible. So it's an 11-game season for Miami and Arkansas State. Florida and Florida State have not yet announced changes to their scheduled games. The Seminoles are at home. Florida is at home against Northern Colorado. At least as of when we went on the air, they've not made any announcement. Florida and Florida State have not yet announced changes to their scheduled games. Florida Atlantic and South Florida both on the road at Wisconsin. Florida Atlantic and South Florida goes to UConn, respectively. Also, some other changes to move some games up. Central Florida announcing that they will play Memphis Friday at 6:30. They're moving that game up one day. Florida International announcing its home opener with Alcorn State, originally scheduled for Saturday, will not be played as scheduled in Miami. No game this weekend in Miami. We're looking at all the other options. Folks, it's a Category 5. I lived through a Category 4 in Hugo down in Charleston, so Cat 5 is serious stuff, and so ball games take a big backseat in priority when you're talking the type of things that can be coming down as far as, loss of power, flooding, winds, you name it, that comes with a hurricane. So anyway, that's what's going on there. So a couple of cancellations. Miami and Arkansas State has been wiped out, and also Florida International, their game with Alcorn State will not be played as scheduled in Miami. So, of course, baseball coming up. We'll talk to Greg Sauer in a few minutes. There are some games scheduled in Florida with regards to Major League Baseball. Those two are very much up in the air for this weekend, as they should be. Again, this is a very serious situation. I don't think I need to tell you that. If you've been around any kind of storm at all, this is a Category 5 storm. Getting ready to, it's already hit the Caribbean, and it looks like it's going to be, the last I saw before I left the house on the computer was it was going to make a turn and go straight up through Florida and maybe go out over the ocean there in Jacksonville, and from there I don't know where it's going. Hopefully go out to sea. Hope it doesn't bounce up the East Coast. That usually really causes problems. So, and then right behind it is Jose, that's supposed to strengthen into a hurricane tonight, which is earlier than they thought it was going to be. They had first projected to Friday, and now they're saying it's going to ramp up and strengthen into a hurricane by tonight. So another one to keep an eye on. And Harvey, folks, of course, still underwater in Houston, a lot of them. So, and then you have the fires in Los Angeles and over 1 million acres burning as we speak in Montana. So it's an interesting scenario otherwise, to say the least, in this country. On a sad note, the wife of legendary broadcaster John Ward passed away. Barbara Ward was involved. It's a really sad story. She's involved in an auto accident in West Knox County as she was returning home from visiting John Ward, who's in the hospital. She was hospitalized and passed away. John Ward was in the hospital recovering from a medical procedure. John and Barbara Ward were married 62 years, lived private lives in the Foxton community of Knoxville, and so she passed away. And that's a sad story, of course, for the voice of the Volunteers. Give him 6, and it's football time in Tennessee, and all the great lines that he came up with, cliches, if you will. So losing his wife of 62 years, Barbara Ward. That was passed on to me by my buddy, and I had a great dinner last night with David and Joanne Rotenberry. Just special, special people, and I really had a good time and enjoyed myself thoroughly. And they're just top shelf. Good folks, good peeps, as they say. And so David said, "Did you know that John Ward's wife died?" I said, "No," and he sent me the clipping, and so I thought I'd pass it on to you. But sad story, but again, just a great time last night of friendship with David and Joanne Rotenberry of Kingsport. Ate at a nice restaurant. We had a really, really good time, and so they get that bail. They're good people, and I'm glad to call them friend. both Joanne and David and Joanne, just classy people. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live here again at Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Again, we were talking about high school football. Let's run them down for you. Who's playing where this weekend in high school football? Big week, of course, a non-conference week. Tomorrow night, Knox Bearden will be at South Doyle. On Thursday, or rather Friday, in no particular order, actually it's alphabetized, it is in order. Avery, North Carolina will be in Cloudland. Cherokee at Union County. Chucky Doak will be at Sullivan North, the Battle of the Golden Raiders. Daniel Boone at Elizabethton. Woo! That's going to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker Friday night. It's going to be a little cool. It's going to be down, I think game time temperature is going to be in the low 60s, drop down to the 50s, so it's going to be jacket and sweater weather Friday night, which is cool. Daniel Boone at Elizabethton. Crockett goes to Knox Gibbs. Dobbins Minute travels to Sevier County to battle the Smoky Bears. Greenville, number 1 in 4A. Science Hill, number 4 in 6A. Greenville, number 1 in 4A, will square off in Johnson City. Hampton at Gallenberg-Pittman. Happy Valley at Unicoi County. Also on Friday night, Jefferson County goes to Knox Garden. Hardin Valley hosting Knox Central. Carter again hosting Jeff County. Maryville at Alcoa, the old backyard grudge match on Friday night. North Green at Cosby. Oak Ridge will be in Farragut to battle the Admirals, who are ranked. Scott will be at Granger. Sullivan Central at Johnson County. Sullivan East at Volunteer. And West Green at South Green coming up in Tennessee high school football. With the night off this week, Cock County, Cumberland Gap, and Morristown West. Now, in Virginia, Hancock County at Rycove. Holston at John Battle. J.I. Burton at Lee. Patrick Henry at Eastside. Pulaski County at Abington. Ridgeview at Wise Central. Sullivan South goes across the state line to Legion Field to play at Gate City Friday night. Bragging Rights of the City of Bristol on the line. The VT game, Tennessee High at Virginia High at the Vault Stadium on Friday night. Thomas Walker at Castlewood. Twin Springs at Chilhowie. And Union at Letcher Central. Volleyball last night. Cherokee defeated Cock County. Sullivan South defeated Sullivan East. Tennessee High defeated Crockett. In Southwest Virginia volleyball, John Battle defeated Lebanon. Union defeated Rye Cove. And Virginia High, the Lady Bearcats defeated Grayson. One volleyball match tonight. Sullivan North will be at Sullivan East tonight in girls high school volleyball. That's a look at our local sports in terms of football and volleyball. Soccer, let's see. Soccer, everybody plays tomorrow night in soccer. In golf, there's going to be a golf match tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow at Warriors Path. So that's pretty much it. Volleyball 1 tonight. Sullivan North at Sullivan East. Everybody else off tonight. Picking back up again tomorrow. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Again, this special, the one-day pass, save $10. You can pick them up right here. $10 on a Dollywood one-day admission pass. How about that? There you go. Save $10 on a Dollywood one-day admission pass for a regular, senior, or a child ticket. This is good through the end of the calendar year, into December, of course. In Dollywood or at Dollywood, save $10 on a Dollywood one-day admission pass. So there you go. It's all good, and it's all right here. You can pick these up. They got them at the counter. Pick them up and save. Every person you take into the gates at Dollywood, you're going to save $10 between now and the end of the calendar year. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-fil-A, show number 587 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitat, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again. Congratulations to Eugene Jeffers out of Greenville, Tennessee. He won the picking panel. He went 9 for 10 last week. This guy smoked it. So he gets him a $25. He gets a $25 nugget tray from right here at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. So picking panel's back up, and you got until tomorrow night to pick for this week. Got some good ones. Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State hosting the Oklahoma Boomer Sooners. I was trying to think the other ones I've got on there. Pitt, Penn State. I don't know. I've got them there. You can go to the website, tomtaylorsports.com/football, and get in there for the picking battle. But Eugene Jeffers out of Greenville went 9 for 10. The only one he missed was the Hampton-Happy Valley game. He took Hampton. Of course, Happy Valley won decisively. So picking panel's up and running. $25 if you get if you're the winner gets all the correct picks. And so Eugene Jeffers went 9 for 10. 9-1 last week. So Eugene's in the hunt for the big grand prize at the end of the year now. He's our first week winner. And so all you have to do is go. Let me show you one more time before we bring our next guest on board. That would be, boom, nope, wrong one. Boom, there we go. Goodness. TomTaylorSports.com/football. There you go. And so go there and do your picking panel. And good luck. Got it through tomorrow night. Of course, games crank up on Friday. So there you go. It is a little past 12 o'clock. That means it's time to get our man on here, talk a little baseball. We continue to monitor Irma as she continues to crank across the Caribbean and wreaking major havoc. It is a Category 5 storm, and so cannot emphasize enough the seriousness of this. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm not trying to scare you, but again, having gone through Hugo down in Charleston back in 1990, a Category 4, no running water, no power for 4 weeks. Pretty daunting. It'll humble you pretty quick. It'll show you the magnitude of the God we serve. I can tell you that real quick. I'm not Greg Salyer, but we're going to get Greg Salyer on, and so, boom. There's Greg Salyer. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Tom. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks at Hurricane Harvey, the folks in Los Angeles, the wildfires there. In Montana, 1 million acres burning. Irma, and now Jose coming in behind him. It's going to strengthen into a hurricane tonight. So I think maybe the Lord's trying to tell us something. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds like it. You know, we used to live over on the coast for 10 years and went through a lot of hurricanes, but never stayed there for a Category 4. So, yeah, those are tough. So hopefully the Lord's going to intervene in that one.
So as a man of the cloth, is he trying to tell us something?
Could be. You know, the Bible talks a lot about things happening in the last days, and of course we definitely are there. So Earthquakes are one of the things that specifically mentioned, and we keep seeing more and more of those. And I think we're going to see more and more hurricanes as well, and it's just going to keep happening until something either gets our attention or he says enough's enough.
In 2 Peter it says he is long-suffering, not that any should perish. So I know there's been a lot of people saved down in Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking, saved, I'm talking from a salvation standpoint. And it was funny because a lady told me the other night, and I did look this up, she said look up Luke 21, 25, and 26.
Yeah.
You said, have you seen that?
I saw that last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 21st was when, how did this get started? 21st, the eclipse was on the 21st.
Right.
The 25th, Harvey came. The 26th, the flooding began.
Right.
And these verses are tied into natural calamities.
Yeah.
So, he predicted this was going to happen, did he not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One of my daughters showed me that last night that you were talking about. I guess they saw it on Facebook or Instagram or something like that.
You put much into that? Is that just a bunch of poppycock? Do you put anything into that?
I don't know. Numerology is kind of an interesting thing, and sometimes I think there's something to it, and sometimes I think we're stretching it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's there. So whether or not it has to do with those dates or not, it's there, and we need to pay attention to it.
Well put. There you go. I knew you'd have an answer. So I almost called you last night too. I was trying to look up a verse, could not for the life of me. I kept going back into 2 Thessalonians. When you die, you go blank from the body into the presence of the Lord. It's absent.
Yes, it's from the body.
Could not find it. I finally found it in 2 Corinthians 5:8. So
right.
I almost I was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking I'm going to rattle his cage. I thought, no, I'm not going to get him up for that. But anyway, Greg's with us. We're going to talk about what's going on at the church house on Sunday. But hey, we are ready to go talking. This is our guy on the screen with the Major League Baseball update. It is heating up. I'm telling you, it's some exciting baseball right now.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy this time of year, with college football starting up, and baseball is getting really serious right now. So it's great to look at what's going on in the league.
So jump in and take off. You're our expert. What's going on?
Yeah, if we just break down the standings in the different divisions, the American League East, I think it's still between the Red Sox and the Yankees. One of those teams is probably going to pull it out. 3.5 games difference between those two. But it looks like whichever one doesn't get it will be one of the wild cards. But look at Baltimore. Baltimore is making a move. And, I don't know that we saw this coming.
We didn't.
But they're 7-3 over their last 10 games and beat the Yankees last night 7-6. So look out for the Orioles. They're not finished yet. They've shown that they can win, and really they have the best home record of any team in Major League Baseball right now. Not the greatest road record,
really,
but they have the best home record of any team in Major League Baseball. So the Orioles are winning at Camden Yards. I mean, that's just how it is. So you don't want to go there and face them right now. On the road, they've got a losing record. They're 27-39 on the road, but they're 44-29 at home.
That's pretty stout.
Yeah.
That's better than the Dodgers.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. See, what's cool about this, back in the spring before this got started, the season got started, I said, Greg, who do you think? He said, well, Red Sox. I said, nah. Everybody's a lot of Red Sox fans here. I'm kind of go in a different direction. I said, what about Buck Showalter and the Orioles? He said, a lot of offense, starting pitching is a little sketchy, but it looks like they're coming on when it counts down the home stretch.
Yeah, actually I misspoke. Best record at home in the American League. Yeah, they're not better than the Dodgers. I just looked that up and
That's
you said
okay.
that. And Dodgers are 52-18
That's
at
still
home.
pretty strong.
So
yeah. Whoa. 70 games, they won 52 at home. That's incredible for the Dodgers. But so the Orioles are the hottest team in the American League right now, huh? One of them?
It appears that way. They're one of. Well, I mean, Cleveland's the hottest team in the American League right now. 13 wins in a row. You got to say they're the hottest team, and of course Houston's probably behind them. They've won 6 in a row. But I would say in the American League East, it's got to be Baltimore.
We're talking to Greg Salyer. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we will be joined by Joe Avento from the Johnson City Press, talking Buck sports. And of course, a big win over Limestone College last week. And now, as the Doobie Brothers sing, taking it to the streets, heading out to Harrisonburg, Virginia, to take on the #1 team in the country. They got 100. Let me tell you how stout this team is. They're going ready to go play. They got 152 first place votes as the number one team in FCS football. The Dukes of James Madison, 152 first place votes. That tells me somebody believes in them.
That may be a long day for ETSU.
They may be the Limestone College up there next week, but we'll see. That could be a long bus ride up to Harrisonburg. Beautiful country.
And they beat East Carolina. I mean,
yes. They beat them pretty handily too.
Yeah.
I saw the stats on that, and so I'm thinking rut-row. But you don't play them on paper; you play them on the field.
That's right. That's why you play the game.
It's a great story. When I was doing the Bucks on the radio, we played them up there, and at the time, I don't know if it's still this way, but in behind one of the goalposts is a railroad line, I guess a spur, if you will. And so they had an empty coal car there. So in pregame, at both ends, both kickers came down and tried to kick. It was really cool because both kickers, James Madison and the Bucks, were on the field at the same time. It wasn't Herbie. And they were there kicking. They were trying to loop it in on practice up behind the goalpost and land them into the empty coal car. Kids, boys will be boys. So anyway, Beautiful place, and we'll see. We'll talk to Joe Venta about the Bucks coming up here in just a few minutes. What else going on in baseball?
American League Central, Cleveland's trying to run away with it. You know, they've won 13 in a row. They're on fire right now. Jose Ramirez he was player of the week, and just knocking the cover off the ball. He had a game last week where he had 3 home runs and 2 doubles in the game. So that you don't get much better than that. Cleveland's trying everything they can do. Now the thing is, Minnesota is starting to fade just a little bit. They've lost 3 in a row, and they are now half a game out of that second wild card in the American League, which they've held that spot for quite a while. And we saw some of these teams moving up on them, but now they're half a game out. The Angels has moved into that spot, and it looks like it's going to come down to those 2 teams. And Kansas City's now 1 game under 500, so it looks like they're probably not going to be a factor in that division. But let's talk about Detroit for just a minute. I made a comment last week about Detroit.
You did, and
you kind of chastised me just a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute.
But,
that's a little strong.
Well, okay.
What
you said I sort of alienated the Detroit fans.
I did?
Thank
you, dear.
By saying that they're not going anywhere this year.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they're not.
They're not. And
they unloaded Verlander.
They did. They unloaded Upton and Verlander right after I made that comment. So I think their front office probably agreed with my assessment. So their elimination number for the division right now is 2. That could happen today.
I'm not sure I've ever been told I chastised a grown man. That's good stuff.
It's a biblical term,
But he's right. Because I thought, well, he just chased off all the Tigers. So, man, they're sunk. They're dead in the water. And they unloaded their 2 best players. So,
other than Cabrera.
Well,
yeah.
Two of the top players anyway. So.
Right.
And then I see where Verlander made his debut with the Astros and took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. That's pretty good. So you think Detroit fans are miffed because they've unloaded these guys? They're building for the future?
Probably. I think especially the Verlander. He was a guy that I think they were hoping might be a career Tiger guy, and that's not happened now. So they may be a little upset that Detroit's going to have to either rebuild or reload, whatever you want to call it. And and of course they traded the guys that they knew they could get something back for, and that's what they did.
Daniel Norris, by the way, since last week has been relegated, as he said would happen. That's why I have this guy on every week. He's awesome. He said, don't be surprised if they don't put Norris in the bullpen. That's what they've done for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and you know what? That's probably a good thing for him right now, I think. I would love to see what he's going to do in the bullpen the rest of the year. I think he'll go into spring training with a legitimate shot for 4th place in the rotation next year. But, but if that doesn't work out, then, hey, he'll be in the bullpen. And, that's not a bad thing for him. So I think they're anxious to see what he does out of the pen. Of course, he's thrown out of the pen before in the majors and done well. I'll still never forget that first game that he pitched for Toronto and struck out David Ortiz. And just the glare that Big Papi gave him when he was on the mound, and he just walked off the mound toward the dugout, and and it acted like it didn't bother him at all. But when a guy like David Ortiz is glaring at you like that, it's got to affect you a little bit.
Made me nervous. I was watching on TV. I'm thinking, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's good stuff. Hey, I want to say hello to Judy Barnett's watching the show. Also, Jones Chiropractic has us on. Thank you very much. Also, Max Medicine Mart. Let's see who else. Earlier, we've got Kimala Williams and Betty Lacey and Trudy Sheeran and Leanna Williams and Melina Denny. Oh, gosh, got all these folks. Anna Taylor Harold, Andy Dietrich, Champion Chevrolet will be there tomorrow. Mitzi Bowen. Hello, a lot of ladies watching the show. Thank you very much. Morgan McLeod's watching over Milligan. Thank you. So all these folks dialed into the show, and we appreciate that very, very much. Here's the scoreboard from yesterday. As Greg alluded to, Orioles red hot to beat the Yankees 7-6. Pirates over the Cubs 4-3. We'll talk about the Central coming up here in a second. Reds beat the Brewers 9-3. We'll let him gloat. Tigers all over the Royals 13-2. Phillies beat the Mets 9-1. Nationals over the Marlins 2-1. Is there a more disappointing team this year than the New York Mets?
No.
No. Man, what a disappointment for the Mets fan base. Goodness. Rays beat the Twins 2-1. Red Sox in 19 innings beat the Blue Jays 3-2. Rangers in Atlanta postponed. They're playing a double dip today. Indians over the White Sox 9-4. Rockies beat the Giants 9-6. It is the Angels beating Oakland 8-7. Cardinals double up the Padres 8-4. Houston 3, the Mariners 1, and the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers 3-1 and 10. The D-backs win their 12th straight game, but too little, too late, right?
Yeah, let's talk about them. Let's go over there and talk about what's going on with the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers. Diamondbacks have won 12 in a row. They are as hot a team as I have seen in a long time in baseball. And they've been beating the Dodgers. That's the thing. That's the team they've been whooping up on. The Dodgers are 1-9 over their last 10 games. Who would have thought that? We would not have thought that was going to happen with the season they've had. They've lost 5 in a row. That one win was Clayton Kershaw's start, and when he pitched like Clayton Kershaw, and it's too little, too late, like you said. Arizona's not going to win that division unless the Dodgers just continue to completely fall apart. But they will win one of the wild cards. I think that's almost a given. They're 6.5 games up in the wild card, and I'll be honest, I don't care if I'm the Cubs, the Dodgers, or the Nationals. I don't know if I want to play the Arizona Diamondbacks in a short series. The way they're playing right now, and think about it, Goldschmidt's hurt. He's not even been playing in some of these games. So when they get him back, they're going to be even better. So the Diamondbacks are showing that they're for real. Of course, J.D. Martinez had that 4-homer game the other day, and so they are really playing well right now. I can't say that I've seen a team play better than them at any point in time in the season, except maybe the Dodgers. But I think they're locking up that one wild card for sure.
Angels trying to get in the wild card in the American League. Garrett Richards back after being out since April. 3 2/3 1-run ball, 52 pitches, and so good return for this young man. Also in Major League Baseball, we talked about the Orioles. Manny Machado has a walk-off home run to beat the Yankees last night. Big win for Baltimore, as we said. Other notes: Red Sox. Red Sox and the Yankees. It just hit my radar screen. Cheating. Tell me what's going on, Greg.
Yeah. The Red Sox have actually admitted to stealing signs. Nobody admits to that. That was it. Okay, a lot of teams do it, but you hardly ever see anybody admit to it. And the Red Sox have come out and said, yeah, we were doing it. They've pretty much said that nobody in upper management knew anything about it, and that's probably true. I'm anxious to see what MLB does about that.
So in layman's terms, out there folks going, okay, have a lot of folks watching may not know what we're talking about as far as baseball terminology. Stealing signs or stealing signals, what's that all about?
Yeah, they're using technology, actually. They actually have some type of high-tech watch that they've been using to send these signals in. And the way it's been done in the past, you get a runner on second. Well, pitcher and catcher is going to change their signs that they use for what pitch is coming. If the batter knows what pitch is coming, then he's going to be ready for it. Well, they'll change them if they get a runner on second because he can see the signs. So, and that'll mix it up sometimes. But a lot of times what these teams will do is they'll put some guy out in center field with binoculars, and they'll have him looking in and seeing the signs and relaying it in. And, somehow they can get it to the batter. And even location is a big thing. If you ever notice and you're watching a game, when the catcher's giving his signs, what's he doing? He's not looking at the pitcher. He's doing this. He's looking up at the batter.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking to see if this guy is trying to get a glimpse of what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll set his location for the pitch and, and try to do that as quietly as possible. Because sometimes, they can give it away by just a sound as to where they are. And sometimes they'll try to fake them out by moving one way and then come back in another way and pop their mid or something, But a lot of gamemanship, a lot of things that they do to try to get some type of advantage. The Red Sox have gotten caught, and they admitted it, and now let's see what MLB has to say about it. I know what some of the other teams are going to say about it, but the funny thing is they've probably all tried it at least once or twice. But the Red Sox now have come out and said, yeah, we did it.
What are you going to do to us, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's the big deal? Of course, it's having to be against their most hated rival, the Yankees. I don't think they play each other anymore this year. But
no.
So if you're watching a game from the outfield camera, you see the catcher in between his legs doing this, like signal 1, fastball, 2, curveball, 3. That's what we're talking about. And so the batter can't see that because he's getting ready to he's paying attention to the pitcher. He can't look down and see the catcher. He better not. What we're saying is somebody's out in the outfield with binoculars. I guess what is it? They're radioing into the. How do you get from the signals in the outfield to how are they getting that to the batter, saying get ready, it's a fastball?
I don't know how they're getting it to the batter, but the thing that I read was they're using some kind of high tech watch. I don't know if it's one of these Apple watches or what, but they're sending a signal that way.
Timex.
And I don't think it's a Timex, but it's some kind of high tech watch that they have that they're trying to that they're using to relay these signals in. And I don't really understand that aspect of it as to how that's working, but somebody's getting the information there to the batter, and if the batter knows what pitch is coming, he has a definite advantage. That's for sure.
Check this out. Of course, I was being silly, but it's a big deal. And so it goes back to integrity and gamemanship, as Greg alluded to. And right now the Red Sox said, hey, we did it. Okay. We got to do what we got to do. Well, no. There's something you just don't do. But they did it, and they said they did it. So we'll see what MLB does. Major League Baseball takes necessary. What can they do? What can they do to them for doing it?
I don't know.
Strip them of games.
Fine them or something. Yeah, that's about it. They may put some kind of fine on them.
Steven Strasburg struck out 8 in 6 scoreless innings last night, again for the Nationals. So here's your ERAs. Right now, Clayton Kershaw, LA, 1.95. Scherzer, 2.19 for the Nationals. Is that Gio? Gio Gonzalez, Nationals, 2.58. Strasburg for the Nationals, 2.78. So we're talking about all these other teams, the Dodgers and all these other guys, and yet there's out of the top 4 pitchers in the National League, 3 of them ERA from the Nationals. That tells me they're going to be a tough team to deal with too.
In a short series, that's the 3 pitchers you're going to have to face. And
wow.
They'll put their 4th and 5th starters in the bullpen. Well, fourth guy may throw, depending on how the games are laid out. But they'll put the other starters in the bullpen, and the Nationals, even without Bryce Harper, which he may be back. He was actually throwing some in the outfield yesterday, but that knee injury he had was scary looking. But even without him, with that pitching rotation, you got to figure the Nationals are for real, and I just can't wait until October to see what's going to happen when these teams that are so good start going head-to-head against each other.
Here's some updates. Again, Red Sox have been caught stealing from the Yankees. They conceded that via the Apple Watch. Red Sox filed a counter-complaint alleging the Yankees stole signs with a Yes Network camera. Major League Baseball has yet to discipline either team. That's the Red Sox and the Yankees. Clint Hurdle, manager of the Pirates, gets an extension through 2021. That's interesting.
Yeah, 4 years.
But they're not doing well.
They're not doing well. Now, as of late, they've won 4 in a row. They're 5 games under 500 for the year. They're 8.5 games out of the division, 7.5 games out of a wild card. No, they're not doing well, but I think they like what they see under Clint Hurdle. I think they feel like that he can lead them in the right direction. And, and he's a good guy, so good for him. Glad they made that decision. I was hoping they'd get rid of him and the Reds would get rid of Brian Price and hire Clint Hurdle, but that didn't happen either. He got extended for another year. So this weekend I'm going to be drafting a letter to the Reds management just saying, okay, I'm almost done with you guys.
Told you. It's contagious. So.
I mean, I can't not be a Reds fan, I don't think, but I can decide not to go to a game while he's the manager.
Have you been up to see the Reds play this year?
I have not, but I do have tickets for the 21st of this month. So we're going to see the Reds and the Cardinals play. I'm going to be in Cincinnati anyway, or I wouldn't make a special trip for it.
The crowds are horrible, I think, so what I've been reading.
Yeah.
Cubs pitcher Jake Arrieta has a grade 1 hamstring strain, missing 7 to 10 days. So he'll miss maybe 1 or 2 starts with the Cubbies. So in closing right now, if you look down the line, you've got Washington, Cubs, Dodgers, division winners. Wild card would be who if you had stopped today?
It would be Arizona and Colorado, but I think Colorado is struggling. I mean, they're not a gimme for that second wild card. So the Cardinals and the Brewers are both fighting hard trying to get that second wild card there in the National League. So I don't think it's over with there for that one. But the divisions probably so. I mean, Milwaukee or St. Louis could come up and win the Central from the Cubs, but Washington and Los Angeles are going to clinch theirs pretty soon. Washington can clinch theirs early next week, or maybe even before then. I don't think it'll be before then, but they'll be the first team in baseball to clinch their division.
American League, you got Houston, Cleveland, Red Sox, Yankees, maybe Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Who's in your wild card?
Yeah, well, right now it's the Yankees and the Angels. So, and don't count Minnesota out of that. Paul Molitor has done a fantastic job in Minnesota this year. He has motivated those guys to play like they can play, and they've done it. So, it'll be either Boston or the Yankees probably winning that division. Baltimore will really have to take some steps forward to win the division, but don't count them out for the wild card. I mean, they're 1 game back in the wild card. So, it's a toss-up in the American League for the wild card, I think, at this point.
It's all good. Again, our Major League Baseball update. Joe Avento joins us coming up here in just a second. And so, Church House, what's going on this Sunday?
Yeah, we're finishing up a series on Sunday called When God Changes Your Name. And we're going to be in Revelation chapter 2 and talking about the overcomers and how God's going to give them a name known only to them and a white stone. So we're going to be looking at what that's all about Sunday morning. So kind of excited about that.
At the old Church House. All right, you hungry?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you going to get today?
I don't know. I may get one of the sandwiches today, I think.
Get you a bowl of chicken noodle soup. That'd be good.
Yeah,
Too hot.
That may not fill me up enough, though.
Oh, no, I mean, that's part of what you get.
Oh, part of what
sandwich
I get.
and a soup. Oh,
yeah, no, that I could do.
Wear it out, absolutely.
Yeah, that I could do.
Thank you.
All right, yes, sir.
I chastised him last week. I love it. I don't think I've ever chastised anybody in my life. He says, you chastised me about the Tiger fans.
Okay, that may have been a strong word.
I don't care. But he's right, because the Tigers gave up on the season and they got rid of Upton and Verlander. So there you go. And put Norris in the bullpen. Quick break. We'll be right back. We go from baseball to the blue and gold. Joe Avento is in the house. My man Joe. Liking the beard, Joe. Looks good. Like it. Take a break. It's like, just go to the break. Okay, we'll be right back. Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There he is, Joe Avento of the Johnson City Press, covering ETSU sports. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Great. How you doing, Tom?
Just fine. Looking sharp till I like that. That's a good-looking golf shirt.
Jack Nicklaus, look at that.
Yeah,
Golden
the old Golden Bear. Got the old V sweater on, the sweater vest. It's that time of year.
Getting that time of year.
It's a little cool out there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I can't remember. Don't slap me. Are you a Red Sox or Yankees fan? I can't
Yankees.
remember. Yankees. All right. Red Sox got caught cheating. What do you think?
They're always cheating. Red Sox, Patriots. It must be a New England kind of thing. They just can't help themselves up there.
Well, they conceded it, so now what does I would think Major League Baseball's got to do something. What are they going to do?
Well, I don't know, but it didn't help them that much. Didn't the Yankees win the season series? I think it was 11-8. Not that we're keeping track.
No, no, we don't keep score between Yankees and Red Sox,
Yeah.
do we? Yeah, right. So anyway, we'll see what it goes. But they did concede it. Red Sox said, "Yeah, we got caught cheating, stealing signs. What are you going to do?" Well, they got to do something, I guess,
Yeah,
for the integrity of the game. But
Maybe to suspend Tom Brady.
that's pretty good. All right, let's jump in there and go. See, a couple of games have been canceled. We found out Miami at Arkansas State college football scrapped. They won't make it up. Got several other games have been moved. That was as of this morning, but as this thing intensifies, last time I saw the computer model, Irma was going to make a turn and come straight up through Florida. And if that's the case, and I would think there's going to be a lot of football games, a lot of things impacted this weekend. So to sit here and speculate what may or may not be canceled, we'll just wait and see and let you know tomorrow we're a champion. But this is a serious situation, no question. Hurricane Category 5, and as I've said all show, I wrote out Category 4 Hugo back in 90, and it did enough damage, no water or electricity for 4 weeks. So this is serious. And when this happens, football games kind of take a back seat, don't
Yeah,
they?
I rode one out when I was about, I think I must have been 5 years old. I think it was 1967.
Oh, really?
Hurricane Doria came through the Jersey Shore, and they were evacuating, and I saw people rolling away on fire engines, and my grandfather said, we're not going. So we rode it out in a little beach house on a barrier island on the Jersey Shore, and I could hear water hitting the side of the house. It scared the heck out of me.
Good
We made it.
grief. But you made it,
Yeah,
obviously.
I guess we made it.
Yeah. Wow.
So what do you think? University of Miami have to change your nickname after this?
To Hurricanes.
If a hurricane comes through and does a bunch of damage, I don't think you want to have your school named after it.
No, it'd be tough.
I mean, it's
gonna
happened before.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough situation. Anyway, we'll keep monitoring. We'll let you know more tomorrow when we're live at Champion Chevrolet. A lot more cancellation will be popping up because, I mean, if it comes up through like it says, I mean, you're talking now Georgia and the Carolinas, because it's so big, Joe, that the bands of rain and wind are way, I think I read 50 or 75 miles out from the eye. So
Luckily, it will not make it to Harrisonburg, Virginia by Saturday.
Where you're headed, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, before we get into that, let's go back and kind of give me your bird's eye view of the Bucks' big win over Limestone College.
I was most impressed by the atmosphere of the tailgater at the tailgates and the amount of people doing it. It felt like a college football Saturday on campus, and that's what they were hoping. They were wanting to bring back that whole experience, even though it was raining as hard as it could rain for a part of that day, and people were just going on like they didn't even bother them. The tailgaters were out in force. The people came into the game late. At 6:30, we thought it was going to be half full, and they were going to be a little disappointed because it was still raining sideways. By 7 o'clock, the rain had diminished almost nothing, and the stadium was full. So the people came despite the rain, and it was quite an atmosphere.
Electric atmosphere.
It really was.
Gator, I was down at his place yesterday doing the show, Cherokee Barbershop. Went to the game, and he said the highlight for him was the national anthem. He said it blew his socks off.
T.R. Dunn, that's who did it.
Oh, that's T.R. used to play at Signs Hill.
Yeah, I sent him a message congratulating him on such a good job.
Oh, really?
After I believe he did it at a Cardinals game last week too. I got to see him twice. He does. He had people moved. He really did.
Awesome.
Really something.
Well, if I can go back and watch it, can you go back and catch it on Facebook?
Not sure. I don't know.
I'd love to
I got
hear.
some still shots of it, but they don't do it justice.
We're talking to Joe Vento, as you see on the screen with the Johnson City Press. So on the field, we talked last week before the game. You said, Tom, been going to every practice. They look like a different football team. They look like a college football team. They're big. They've been in the weight room. Did that translate onto the field once the game started? What was your impression of the Bucks between the chalks?
Well, the first half, the defense didn't allow a third down conversion, so that was good. They kept the pressure off the quarterback and allowed him to complete his first 15 passes. So that was a school record to start a game. Yeah, it did. It did. I told you they had a million receivers. The guys that caught the first 2 touchdown passes were not starters. They were guys that had caught their first touchdown passes. In fact, the first touchdown ever at the stadium was caught by a guy that was his first catch ever. He was a defensive back last year. They put him at receiver, and he caught I think it was a 43-yard bomb for a touchdown, and couldn't control himself. He was so excited. Andrew Hayward. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, it did translate into results. They got a little sloppy in the second half, trying to contain their running quarterback. But at that point, it's probably just human nature to let your guard down a little when you got the big lead.
We're talking to our buddy Joe Vento. Again, we're live here at Chick-Fil-A in the Crossings in North Johnson City. And you look at this football team that you're getting ready to go travel to play, James Madison, and they are the #1 team in the country. Then they come back home to the Citadel. It was also ranked in the top 20 this week in college football in the FCS poll. So Limestone's gone. You got 2 big boys, if you will, back to back.
Well, they got 10 games left. Half of the teams they're played in the playoffs last year. So
wow,
it's not an easy schedule. James Madison, they're the number one team in the country. They're the defending national champions. They've won 13 games in a row. And they're coming off a 34-14 win over East Carolina. They got 600 yards of offense on East Carolina. So that's all you need to know. It's an immense challenge. But it's one that they knew they were getting into when they got back into football and made the schedule. So it'll be an interesting game.
You're traveling, right? Going
yeah, heading up there. They're going up, hope for the best. They're certainly not going up at this point trying to keep it close. They want to win.
Sure. That's the goal. That's why I get on the bus.
And I asked them on Monday if it's the kind of deal where you want to try to keep it as close as you can, as long as you can, because the longer a game goes like that, the better chances the underdog have to pull it out. And they weren't even looking at it like that. They just want to go up and play their game and play to the best of their abilities and kind of judge where they are. And the last time they did it against a challenge like this, they went to Montana State 3 seasons ago in the first season, and they weren't ready for a game like that. Montana State was a top 20 team. They had 27,000 people in their stadium, and they beat the Bucs 63-7 in a game that wasn't even that close.
We're talking to Joe Vento again. What was the announced attendance of the game the other night?
It was like 96,305, I think, almost 10,000 for a place that has 7,600 seats. You know, they had a couple thousand standing room tickets sold, so that was a pretty successful day.
Wow, very successful.
There's a grass hill behind one of the goal lines that they envisioned people sitting on. In the rain and the wet conditions, I think everybody was slid down against the wall, so nobody sat on the grass hill, but they stood on the concrete walk behind it. But I can envision that being a pretty good place to watch the game from on a nice day.
A lot of dignitaries were there too, were they not, to help usher in the new stadium?
Yeah, there were. I saw Philip Fulmer came up. You know, he had played a role in hiring Carl Torbush as the coach. He was working as a advisor to the athletic director. And, there was just quite a few people there. I got a picture of him and Ron Ramsey together on the sideline. A lot of the former players came back, and they were obviously pretty emotional about the whole thing because there hadn't been a game played on campus in it's been 14 years, I guess.
It's good stuff. Joe Vento with us, Johnson City Press. Other things happening in Buckland. What else is going on right now in the fall sports?
Well, they played soccer last night. The game was supposed to start at 7, and at about 5:30 or so they announced they're going to move it to 8 because it was raining and they thought the rain was moving out. And about 7:30 they announced they were going to try to start it at 9. They're playing Lipscomb, and I think they got it finally started about 8:40, 8:45 maybe. And it was their third game, and it was their third game that went into overtime. This time they won. They won it 3-2 on a goal by I think he was a freshman who had just come into the game. So soccer was going on. The women are playing soccer against Virginia Tech at home Thursday night. Pretty sure about that. I hope that's right. I need to double check that. So that's what's going on right now.
They got volleyball happening too, and they've got let's see, what other fall sports they've got. Of course, football.
Well, we talked about the golf is coming up at the Blackthorn Club in October, and cross country started, so they're out running. And also they have a what is it? A triathlon team? The women have a triathlon team. They started last week at a big meet. That's a team that was begun by getting a grant from the National Association for that sport to start up teams at certain schools. ETSU got a pretty large grant to start that team.
So you look at the football team last week, and offensively, I mean, it was Limestone. We understand that, and we knew going in Limestone was there for a reason. But offensively, did they run the football, pass the football? How they move
They
it?
didn't throw very much. I mean, they tried a few times, but they were strictly on the ground, and they basically had nothing at halftime. And they found a few tricks that they were able to get about 140 yards in the second half. But it was the game was over by then, and it made the stats look a little closer than the game did while it was going on. So
Anything happen in the basketball circles? Too early.
Nothing yet. We're still. I mean, everybody obviously around here always looking forward for that to start, but no news since the last time we spoke. I'll tell you, during the football game, the kicker J.J. German managed to make a 48-yard field goal in the rain. By the time he kicked that, it was in the second half. The rain had begun again, so that was good to see him make a 48-yarder. He's a pretty solid kicker. He's I think he's second team preseason all-conference, and that was his longest one. But he's a reliable part of that offense. 2 of their wins last year came on kicks from him, game-winning kicks. So he's a guy they can rely on.
That's an incredible stat you said at the outset of the visit. The rest of the season, 5 out of the 10 teams they play were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
You're talking about getting some deep water pretty quick. So where can we find out more about Joe Avento? Do you got a Facebook page? Do you have Twitter?
I got a Joe Avento Johnson City Press professional Facebook page. Joe Avento Johnson City, or Joe Avento JC Press Twitter. And tomorrow I'll have a story of Coach Mike O'Kane, ETSU's offensive coordinator. Before he came to ETSU, last coached at James Madison. So I'm supposed to talk to him this afternoon, so I've not gotten some of the details, but I'm assuming, since he was there in 2013, that he may or may not have recruited some of the players on this team. So that would be seniors now. So I'll be talking to him about that, just see about his time in James Madison and how it feels to be going back up there on the visiting sideline.
I mean, tomorrow's Johnson City Press.
Yes, it will.
Oh, yeah. You're going to join us tomorrow night by phone, breaking down the game tomorrow night a little bit more in-depth with our champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview show. He'll do it by phone. Did a great job last week. And tomorrow night he'll talk a little bit more about some of the personnel, the Dukes. I know they got their big running back, and as you said, they got a big win at East Carolina. And, it's a D1 program. You beat those guys, you've done something. So
yeah, that guy's only had 265 yards. Carden Johnson.
It's only 265. Yeah, just a day in the park, right?
Yeah.
All right, you hungry?
Yeah.
Get you some lunch. You're awesome.
All right. Thanks.
This is one of the beauties about doing this show, is meeting guys like this guy and getting him on the show. He's done a really good job. It took me a while to get him in, but once he's in, he's become a regular, and he does a great job contributing to the show, and I appreciate him very much. So thank you.
All right, Tom. Thanks.
Good guy. Quick break. We'll be right back. We will tell you about some motorcycles coming to town before we get out of here. A big motorcycle rally this weekend here in Johnson City. We'll tell you about it next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one-and-done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. We got him. We tracked him down because he's a busy man. I'm glad he took some time to talk to us. The head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, Sean Witten, is with us. And good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Yep, I appreciate you taking some time. I know you're busy. Let's talk. So before we get into Daniel Boone, let's talk about the first couple of ball games for the Elizabethton Cyclones. They're ranked this week, and Cyclones in at a solid number 6 in the state. Let's talk about the season so far.
Well, it's been good. You know, we obviously, got off to quite a big football team right off the bat, Science Hill, and obviously, where they are right now, a dang good football team, and we've been able to rebound over the last couple of weeks and play two teams where we've been able to get some confidence and get some things going. We graduated 19 seniors years ago, a deep ball club, a physical ball club, a ball club that was full of lineman heavy, linebackers and things, and we graduated a lot of those guys. So, we had great summer preparation. We swimming some great people. We went against some big teams, and we were able to hang in there for a little while against Johnson City, and then obviously some of the speed and athleticism just kind of took over towards the end. But we're probably right where we need to be, and we got a big contest this week that really shows what kind of football team we are, how good we are. The last 2 weeks, Tom, we've been able to work on some things, spread the football around, get some people involved, try to build our confidence up, and even though you win big and you do some things better, you still don't know what kind of football team you have. You just still don't know how much you've improved or how much you've actually gotten better. So this week's obviously a great challenge for us, and it's going to tell us a lot about ourselves.
I love the atmosphere again at the football stadium last Friday. I was over there for the South Green game, and great atmosphere from the fan base for Elizabethton.
Yeah, it always is. It's a home opener a week ago, and guys, people are excited about that. They're excited about coming to support our kids, and they know how hard our team works, and regardless of who we're playing, and we expect nothing different this week. It's going to be a sellout crowd, and there's moving up to 4A, there's a lot of excitement and playing some good rivalries. It was a great turnout last week over Sullivan East. So, it's just, there's always great tradition here. There's a lot of, great tradition in the Betsy Band and just the town itself. And, the new stadium is a great place to come watch a Friday night football game. It's a clean environment. It's a great environment. There's not a bad seat in the house. And, there's great standing room. So we hope that, the whole orange and black fan base and people in the Tri-Cities will come out and, watch this big game. Other than, Greenville and Science Hill, this is probably the next big game around, and happens to be at our place. So it's all, our place is a great place to watch a game, and it's exciting for our bunch for people to come out and and play in front of a good crowd.
We're talking to head football coach, again, Sean Witten from the Elizabethton Cyclones with us on the phone. And Coach 89-37, so he's going for his 90th win as a head coach, which is a heck of an honor after he's following the footsteps of a guy by the name of his grandfather, Dave Ryder. So let's take a look at Daniel Boone for just a second, Coach. Give me a scouting report of the Trailblazers coming to town. They're currently 5th in the state, so it's going to be a big old, like a heavyweight boxing match. So tell me about the Daniel Boone Trailblazers.
Well, it's kind of old, Sunday night, West Virginia Tech backyard brawl. I mean, you got a punishing football team that's physical, they're physical. They play with great pad leverage. They're 10 returning starters on the offensive side of the ball, and just, run the football extremely well. They had a blowout win against Tennessee High last week, and just playing with unbelievable, just how they've been able to punish people. And, there's a chance for them to be the first time being a 3-0 start since 2012. And, the series between us and Boone, it's kind of lopsided. People don't know this, but, it's Daniel Boone is 2-29 against Elizabethton. They had a playoff win against Elizabeth in 2005. They beat Elizabeth in 2012, so 2-29. I mean, that we try to get in our kids' heads, even though it's a 5A school and Daniel Boone's known for being a physical football team. Jeremy coaches really well. This is a game where, we've had a lot of success. We've had a lot of, our speed, our athleticism. We take a lot of pride in this game. It's been a great rivalry, but it's kind of been a one-sided victories, and we need to keep that going. We need to let our kids understand that, hey, this is a game that we're expected to win regardless of the situation. But, Boone's a good football team. Off to a good start, like I said. Got two great running backs. One's a sophomore, one's a senior quarterback. We were fortunate enough last year, we put them out of the game in the first quarter. So a lot of things, kind of went our way. But like I said before, Tom, this is a game to really show how much we've got better, and, you potentially can be a great team, or, you have potentially, you got the, chance to be a pretty good team, but, you got to go out there and do it. You got to go out there and show it. So, this week's preparation has been has been on point. We just got to come out here and get it done.
We're talking again to head football coach Sean Whitten with us live on the phone, the Elizabethton head coach. We're talking about the band coach. They're going to be going down to play with the Pride of the Southland Marching Band at UT in a future game, and that's quite an honor for Perry Elliott and the Betsy Band. And that's, that brings a lot of pride. That's a 12th man over there when that band cranks up when you guys win the football field, isn't it?
Well, no doubt. Over at the Patriot Palace last week, I think they played nonstop. I think sometimes we had to turn around and tell them to kind of cool a little bit. Couldn't kind of think of sometimes, but it's a great thing to be there. It's obviously where they sit in the end zone. They do a great job. It's a great tradition. It's a rich tradition, and I take a lot of pride in that. Especially the way that our band's in that one in the end zone. When you play on that side of the field, that becomes the 12th man. So any type of things you can get to have an edge. Play some songs that really get our kids fired up, and it's great support. So, not many places you have a great relationship between the football team and band, and fortunately here, we do, and that just shows a lot about this place and, a lot about what, all the kids are doing, not just football, but the band group works hard and have that honor to go down, like you said, to go down and march to the ball walk and play at halftime. That's a tremendous honor. So it's just, great things are constantly going on here at Elizabeth and Tom, and we're trying to do great things. But, it all comes from having great kids, kids that show up and work hard and, regardless of, what they got going on in the personal life and social life, they continue to work hard and do the things that we ask them to do. And that's why we've been so successful over the last several years.
You got it. How successful? He's 89-37. Coach Whitten's going for his 90th win Friday night. That'll be a great milestone. Again, in only 10 seasons at Elizabethton. And Duggar's having a good year. JVs are off and running. So, I'll tell you what, folks, Friday night in Elizabethton, it's an electric atmosphere. I love being down on the field. I'll be there Friday night to cheer on Coach Whitten and the Cyclones, the Trailblazers come to town. Hey, great report, and thank you for your time. And we're going to we'll make a big announcement tomorrow. Looks like you and I are going to get back on the coaches show again, which I'm very excited about. So, hey, I'll see you Friday night. Go Cyclones, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Great man right there. I love Sean Whitten. That's a good guy right there, I'm telling you. I like him and like him a lot. So, again, appreciate his time. And, again, the Cyclones getting ready to get cranked up Friday night. Daniel Boone comes to town. All right, Major League Baseball is running down for what's going on today in the Bigs. Milwaukee at Cincinnati, that's a day game. Let's see if I can get a score on that before we get out of here. We'll take a break and we'll do that. I want to come back to you about this motorcycle race that's coming to town. Motorcycle, not race, but motorcycle tour, bike tour coming to town. We want to tell you about that, and we'll do that coming up here in just a second. So, again, let's see if we can come up with a score. Texas and Atlanta, first of two at 1:35, first pitch there. See, it's 1-0 Brewers in the top of the second in Cincinnati. Texas and Atlanta starting at the bottom of the hour. Tonight under the lights, the Cubs at Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York, Washington and Miami. Texas and Atlanta, that's game 2 of that double dip tonight in Atlanta. San Francisco and Colorado, Arizona against the Dodgers in L.A., and the Cardinals again continue their series in San Diego. In the American League, Minnesota at Tampa Bay, a day game. The first of two, as we told you, Texas and Atlanta. Also a day game, the Angels in Oakland, the Battle of the Athletics. Tonight under the lights, Yankees at Baltimore trying to slow down the red-hot Orioles. Kansas City at Detroit. Toronto at Boston. It'll be Cleveland at Chicago, and Houston will be in Seattle to battle the Seattle Mariners. As we told you, a bunch of motorcycles coming to town this weekend here in Johnson City. It's the Geico Hot Bike Motorcycle Tour for 3 days starting tomorrow. Nope, not tomorrow. Starting on the 8th. That would be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 8th, 9th, and 10th are coming to town for 3 days. It's in its 5th year. And so we're talking thousands of motorcycles from all over the country coming to town here in Johnson City. They have a bike tour. They will be riding the Southern Dozen. The rides range from 75 to 100 miles. And so Johnson City was chosen for a variety of reasons. Number one, because we're in the mountains of East Tennessee, and it's a cool place to be from. And so the Geico Hot Bike Motorcycle Tour coming to Johnson City this weekend. And so for 3 days, motorcycle enthusiasts and industry leaders will come together for a weekend that is a motorcyclist's dream. So you will see a lot of motorcycles here in Johnson City. Be nice to them. They spend a lot of money with us, the tourism dollar. And so that's coming up again, as we said, coming up on the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. David Strickland, thank you. Kimberly Williams, what a classy lady she is. Kim Williams, thank you. And some other folks watching the show. We're out of time, by the way. It's been a fast show. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. I want to say thanks to our guest today, Sean Whitten, the head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, just joined us. Also, William Yarber from Mike's Medicine Mark, Greg Salyer with the Major League Baseball update, Joe Avento covering the Bucks with the Johnson City Press stopped by, Zach McNabb with his Diecast YouTube channel, which is pretty cool for a 14-year-old kid. All these guys came by, and we thank them very, very much. Tomorrow at Champion Chevrolet at the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. And then Friday we'll be at Food City in downtown Kingsport for a Food City Friday. And before we get out of here, let's again one more time let you see about tomorrow night's show. The picking panel's up and running. Be sure and get on that picking panel to pick the high school games and win like Eugene Jeffers won last week out of Greenville, Tennessee. Out of the 10 picks, he got 9 out of 10, so he wins himself $25. Can't beat that. And so what we're talking about the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show tomorrow night and the Champion Chevrolet Showroom at 6 o'clock. Here's a couple of good old boys to tell you about it. I'm Tom Taylor. You are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Sciencefield, all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom at Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. And go right here again to TomTaylorSports.com/football and see if you can't win a prize. Just picking the games. That's all you got to do. With an not looking for scores. We're just looking for who do you think is going to win the game. There's 5 high school and 5 college, and good luck. Eugene Jeffers was our winner last week out of Greenville, Tennessee. Appreciate all the entries, and so you get a chance to do that before tomorrow night with all the games. The high school games, of course, kick in on Friday, and the college football games on Saturday. Tomorrow we will give you the very latest. As more and more games are being canceled because of Irma, the very latest model show coming right up through Florida now and heading in our direction, really, in a roundabout way. So we got to keep an eye to the sky and an ear to the internet here with us. So by this time tomorrow, we'll have a better idea where Irma is going. But it's a Category 5, and again, having lived through Category 4 Hugo back in '90 when I was in Charleston, no running water, no electricity for 4 weeks. It'll humble you, I can promise you. So this is a serious storm, obviously. I don't need to tell you that. So it is impacting the sports world. It should. When you get into these situations where it's life and death, football games kind of take a big back seat, and they should. When the loss of life and the loss of property damage, what have you. So it's a big deal, and we'll keep you posted. Miami, Arkansas State has canceled that game. That will not be replayed. They don't have a week where they can get together. That one's gone. Florida takes on Northern Colorado. That one's very much up in the air. The Florida State Seminoles, they play football at home. Let's see who they play. They got a home game. It's a Lackey. Colorado State, I believe. I say Lackey. It's on paper it should be. I think it's the Seminoles play. Let's double check here real quick. Seminoles, am I right? Nope. Louisiana Monroe, the Duck Dynasty boys. University of Louisiana Monroe is the scheduled opponent on Saturday. That one's very much up in the air as well. So we'll keep you posted and let you know for sure tomorrow what games, college football and Major League Baseball. A lot of series opening up in Florida. Teams are very much up in the air as well with the approaching Category 5's Hurricane Irma. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Until we rejoin you again at 11 o'clock tomorrow from Champion Chevrolet. This is Tom Taylor, the host of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. To wrap up, show number 587, and reminding you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody.